Thank you.
Talk to me about this passion for science and where it started and ultimately what it feels like to win awards for it, Bontle.
I particularly think that my passion for science actually came in from the fact that from an early age I've been exposed to science. I've been taught it from a very young age. I was actually quite intrigued with anything that had to do with scientific affairs. I used to cultivate ants, try to find out like how the anatomy worked, and so from a very early age I was surrounded by it. I think it was a huge privilege to have been given the opportunity to attend the Youth Science Week, and it was basically the top achievers who got to attend. So I think that as long as you're quite an avid participator in class and that you try your best to always be up to date with the current news on science, then it is something that you'll do well in. So yeah.
Oh, okay. Johan, and for you, your love for science?
For me, it also started at a very young age. I've always...
I mean, you're young now, but it's not.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But since I was like 5, 6, I've always liked understanding the physics of things and taking things apart, always trying to understand how things work. And in terms of the Science Olympiad, it's quite nice to be recognized for something you're passionate about. And I think it was a great
And you won
event.
in what category, Jan?
I was in the physical sciences category.
Physical science, okay. And the overall win in the physical science.
Yeah.
So when you win and they give you the award, let's talk about a little bit of bragging here quickly. I mean, you're competing against some of the top students. It is really a feather in your cap, isn't it, to be crowned the winner?
It would be, but I was not the winner for
Okay.
the physical sciences, but I was among the top 20.
You were in the top 20, okay, that's pretty good enough. And Bontle, you were winning what category?
I just made it like in terms of being the top achievers, like out
Okay.
of the 120 people, the top 120 people who wrote, out of 30,000 people who participated. So yeah.
And I mean, this is a pretty big prize in terms of the ultimate. I mean, the main winners are set to go on to a paid trip in London International Youth Science Forum. I mean, were you guys aware of the love for science that existed amongst other students? And the great thing about this is you get to hang out with your peers and you get to talk science, don't you, Jan?
Yeah, no, it's actually a very interesting experience to be with other people who are just as passionate about science and technology as we are. So it is really nice about this focus week to be able to meet a lot of people who share your interest and your passions. And I thought that was a great experience.
And for you, Bontle, were you surprised at the amount of students, kids that are into science?
Yeah, it actually goes unnoticed. Like at school, you don't get exposed to so many people who are like really into science. So to just be in the presence of so many people who truly share a great passion for science is quite intriguing. And actually makes it quite easy to formulate friendships because you guys have a lot of common interests as well. So yeah, we definitely formed very like irreplaceable, irresistible and irrevocable memories there.
Yeah, and that's an interesting thing that you mentioned. Just quickly talk about your school environment. Is there a lot of kids at your school that's into science, or do you find yourself among being one of the few?
I would definitely say in a school environment, the vast majority is more into sports than into science and academics. But there are always like a small group of guys who are still passionate about their science. And I think in this focus week, the entire 120 are all science students. Even though some of them have a lot of other interests and are good all-rounders, they all share
The main
that
focus
common,
is science.
Yes.
How fit do you mentally have to be in order to? Because I understand that you need to be able to do tests in order to take part in the Olympiad.
Yeah, that's exactly that. In terms of being mentally fit, it's more of having a good general knowledge on what you're writing. So you can either write the physical science or the life science examination. I personally wrote the life science examination because I knew that my general knowledge was exceedingly better in that. I think that if you just have a passion for it, you naturally will take the initiative yourself to go online, research information about it. Not only do you know the theory and the syllabus that you did in school, but just by going to botanical gardens, you also gain additional information.
Wow.
So as long as you have that at hand, then I think you do yourself justice.
Well, we're very proud of you, and you guys must continue. Can't wait to see what you guys end up doing. Those are two students, Johan de Beer from St. Albert's College and Bontle Marche from the Pretoria High School for Girls, who are amongst the top students in South Africa in the science space. A little bit later, we'll talk to our winners in the maths space. There was a maths Olympiad as well. It was part of our news towards the end of the bulletin. We take an ad break. We'll be back after this.
UIF beneficiaries can now apply online for UIF benefits. Go to ufiling.gov.za or call 0800 843 843. No more queues. UIF, working for you.
Zoom into Africa. This is Algeria.